Hey, what's going on, everyone? I want to thank you, first of all, for giving me some ideas about changing up this platform, but I'll have to wait a few days before I can get to it and check it out. And first and foremost, I'm going to give a shout to Mr. Medved, my favorite platform, and see if he has a good idea for me and to get a special data feed so I can get all these quotes on the fly, the dollar, S&P, all the futures, all the metals, and the bonds, and see if there's a simple way to do it, and he might know. I don't I'm just doing this for fun, really. So, and another thing I want to mention is I just listened to the new Crush the Street interview with Bo Poloni, and never really cared to listen to Bo Poloni, but what a bunch of gibberish, and cycle lows, cycle highs, which there's something to it in cycles, but to really be accurate and through time, you really just have to know how to read a chart, and he may have some special indicator through time, like a Fibonacci time frames. I've seen those work pretty accurately, but the longer the time is out, the less accurate. And another thing about cycle analysis is three waves low, three waves high, three waves and it changes course. It's just way too complicated to be accurate, is my opinion. So that's why I like to give my advice and opinion about keeping it simple. 3 lines on a chart and some candlesticks using long-term charts. So I hope you guys see the benefit of using a simple analysis instead of complicated cycle analysis. It's just way too complicated to be accurate, in my opinion. So here we go. Here's a dollar. Doing a monthly close. Today was the last day of August. So Bo Poloni and an afterthought is saying that we're going to have a great September for the metals. And I agree if we can stay in the high consolidation phase. But as it is right now, the S&P's putting in a right shoulder. I would see this come down, make a U, reverse head and shoulders, completion. It's very common chart pattern. And let's just jump to the weekly. You can see it crossing over. We got the higher lows from a longer term. You got this trend line going down that could easily be broken on the way up after it crosses the 34. And then on a monthly, let's see how we closed out. It looks like we're closing below the EMA 8 and 13, or at least, well, let's just say it's between the EMA 8 and 13, so price is in a pinch on a monthly chart for the dollar. Let's jump to the S&P. For the daily, it looks like it wants to break down, but it is putting up a higher low now. For the week, so far, we are closing above the EMA 8. We're still working with that double top, though. So back to a daily or a monthly, it looks like we put in a spinning top. Doji style, where the close and the open is almost together, the same. So huge indecision on the upside on a monthly chart for S&P. something to think about. Let's skip over to the bonds and just look at the German bond today. I'm going to keep it quick. Just because the German bond is probably, since Japanese bond has been in negative territory for so long, and they are just like on the verge of hyperinflation. Let's see about the German economy. It's more relevant. See if this thing can get over the 0 mark. Right now it's looking bullish after a nice bounce today. And we have this trend line here. Could easily be broken. It's in a pattern, right? You see the pattern, the upward trend, the downward trend, price is in a pinch. That's a daily chart. Weekly chart, it's pretty tight still. Looks like for the week we are putting in a hammer so far. If we close out on a hammer and then open up, it could easily break into 0. And again, that's a tight pattern. Tight patterns are really explosive, so let's keep a watch. Monthly. So yeah, this thing's in no man's territory. We've spoken about this before. It's in no man's land. There's nothing below it. Obviously, it's in negative territory. But it closed on the up from its down, so from its lows. So that's good. Not much of a reversal pattern yet, the 3-bar pattern roll. Not much of that going on yet, but see how we open. This could easily just come crashing down in the way it's it needs to break previous lows or previous highs of the previous candle. Breaking into 0, we're going to be breaking into previous lows. So lots of resistance on the way up. It's got a lot of work to do on the monthly chart, especially that it's in no man's land. There's nothing holding it up, but everything keeping it down. Let's go ahead and go to, well, let's do this differently. Let's go to crude. Damn. Looks like crude on a daily chart did a bullish retracement over the 34. Perfect time to buy. If it holds, buying into support. Sell under resistance, buy into support. The golden rule. Here's our support. Coming off that weekly bounce. So now we have another consolidation coming back into support. See if it'll hold. That's a beautiful bounce there, but now it's coming back into that pattern. Once it breaks those highs, it's coming back into that 3-bar pattern. So for now, it's at support on a weekly chart. Those 2 highs right there is your support, and back on the daily, that is your 34 SMA. So let's see. Let's jump to the monthly. Monthly on crude. It's never been good since the huge crash from 100. Price is in a pinch, right? It's in between the 13 and the 8. We got downtrend and uptrend. Price is in a pinch. We got the uptrend and the downtrend. The monthly on this is so brutalized. It is hanging above previous lows. It's getting knocked back from previous highs or previous lows, and oh no, it looks good. It looks like it's opening up. We'll see what happens tonight, through tonight and tomorrow. Back to gold. Bo Poloni says we're going to have a great month. But as I see this right now, we are working from a double monthly top that needs to be taken out at 1372. So we have a range 1372, and let's call it 13 where previous lows are. So we have a range of $75 or so. We opened up level, nothing's going on yet. But if this opens down, you can guarantee that we are not going to have a good banner September. Alright, I'm just putting it out there. Because breaking previous lows, it's going to go down, it has to go down, it's going to take a while to get there. Nothing goes up and down, straight up and down. It doesn't work that way. So closing the month out, we have a double top. And if it breaks down, we're going to have prices come back into support. Starting with 1300 all the way down. So we have some downside potential to 1300 initially, but that double top is a double top for a reason. And we had some huge sell-offs last week, 1.5 billion, and then another sell for 4.7 billion, which is encouraging, not because it was 3 times as much as the first, but the sell-off this time only took down $5 worth of price. So I've been seeing a lot of that lately. The more they put, the less, the more the sell-off lately, the less the price movement. So I think they're losing control, and I'm hoping right now that we are not going to open down. We're going to do a high level consolidation, and we're going to pop back up and break that double top and then shoot for so in other words, we can take this out. Anything could happen. But if we open down, it's potential to go all the way back down into support. Initially to 1300 emotional spot, then the 8, and then the 13, and then finally a bounce. So keep patience. See what happens. That's the monthly close. Let's see if we can see that dump that everyone's talking about. I didn't see anything really specific because it was only a $5 move. But I guess 60 minutes, there you go. All the way down to 1300. I didn't notice that. Huh. We do have a reversal bar here. See what happens. And not to forget the reversal bar on the close. Oh, and it's gaining. Actually, that wasn't the close. That's the open. So it came down to 13.12, and now it's putting in a hammer for the first hour of the trading day. Pretty cool. Anyways, back to the monthly. We're opening up. Hopefully we'll stay in the high level consolidation, letting these moving averages come up to meet price somewhere and bounce. So keep an eye. Silver, same thing. Let's jump to 60 minutes, see if we're opening up. Yeah, we're opening up. Pretty nice. Nice. Looks like we're breaking previous highs on a 60-minute candle. Right there. 1880. Previous high break. Flat top break. Looks like a reverse head and shoulders. An elongated right shoulder. Consolidated a long time. And now it wants to break on the upside, which would be sweet. I have more silver than gold. Pretty nice. Anyways, let's look at the daily. How we closed. Close on a higher low. You can see that U pattern coming in. So hopefully we can get 34 SMA on a daily is at 1968. So hopefully we can get a bounce and hit that mark. Make an opposing point, hit the mark, hit an opposing point, and then build and cross over 20. We need to get over 20. We definitely stayed above 1850 is where we needed to be. And luckily on the daily we have that inverted hammer there. So anything above that completion of that inverted hammer, take it on the upside. But that 60-minute looks promising. No, That flat top break on the 60-minute. Here's a weekly chart. We didn't, well, we can, it's not a weekly close, it's a monthly close. So we can still get that bullish piercing pattern if we can get above 50%. Actually, it looks like above 19. Yeah, you can take the 50% of this long green candle too, which is in and around the same area. Let's call it 19. Anything above 19, we might have a bullish piercing pattern on a weekly close. So, got a couple days left. Monthly close, same thing as gold. Hopefully we can stay in a high level consolidation and let the averages come up. And it looks like we got another point on a 60-minute chart. Let's see if we're breaking. Almost. Flat top breaks coming in. Cool. Might be a good Thursday morning. We'll see. Oh, there it goes again. It's running. We'll come back to it in a minute. GDX. Looks like we have a spinning bottom, which is not really a bottom. But looking at the gold and silver open, that could make a nice morning star 3-bar pattern on a daily chart. Weekly. Looks like it's closing on its lows so far, breaking in the previous highs. So hopefully we can get knocked back, right? Here comes the bounce. Potential we can go all the way down to 24 though, so be careful. Oh, that looks nasty. But monthly bounce off that EMA 8 could prove to be very healthy. So let's see how September really ends up. It's only $4.50 away from its highs, so that's not too bad. Looking for a bounce still. Didn't get it. Still waiting. So here's GDXJ. Same as GDX. Looks like a reversal. We'll see how we open tomorrow. It's a daily, weekly. See how we're faring for the week. Looks like we're coming into previous highs. Hopefully we can get knocked back, but ultimately on a weekly chart we got another we got ways to go there. $5, $5.50. So potential, it is closing below, and basically when it starts to get in this area, potential is the SMA 34. So hopefully that does not happen. We can get a reversal and keep running. So yeah, 38 is a bunch of previous highs over here, support. But monthly is looking similar to GDX. This one, GDXJ, is looking a little bit better, but it is closing below previous lows. It's not good. It's closing on its lows. We need a bounce. Again, potential is to get down into support, which 38 is getting into previous highs, and yeah, 38 is potential. On the downside. Hopefully we'll get a bounce. On a weekly chart, it would be a bearish retracement back into resistance, so let's watch and be cognizant of that. Forgot to get to copper. Let's just look at copper real quick. Looks like copper's moved up just a tiny bit since we spoke. And it's moving up on the open. It's got a tight little pattern here. I'm not sure if it's bullish or bearish, but it's looking like it wants to bounce. So above 209, previous high. Take a ride. Potentially it could be a bottom because this thing's stretched way far from its median, SMA 34. So that's another way to think about bottoms and bounces. How far is it stretched from the 34? You can see how it stretches out and then comes back to the 34. It stretches out and comes back to the 34. It stretches down, comes back to the 34. So it's stretched pretty far on copper. Let's see if we can get a bounce. Let's see how we closed. We're closing for the week. It looks like we're below support levels, way below, but we have a line of support on the upside trend. And finally, the monthly close on copper, closing on its lows. Anything could happen here. It looks like a consolidation flag pattern, which is bearish. And just look out below for any signs of this thing coming from, dang it. Come on now. This thing rolling. Anything below that line, look out below. You got support from previous lows, but once it starts rolling downhill, it's hard to stop. It really looks like a bearish flag on a monthly chart, so I hope not, and I hope it bounces from here. Anyways, that's it. That's the monthly closes, and let's just take a gander and see on, let's look at a 5 hour on gold, 5 hour on silver, see how we're opening up. Looks like we're coming back from where we went. Looks like 5 hour on silver looks like bullish. It came already bullish, retraced, and looks like a flat top break, right? And then gold, looks like we've got a higher low, an AB bottom. You can see that AB bottom, the stretch out, and then opening up higher low. So we got a line of support in around 1310. So anything could happen. Hopefully we can get a bounce up to 1320, previous lows. 1322, previous lows, and see if we can get a nice 5 hour chart, reverse head and shoulders. But looks like it's grinding it out on the downside. No reversal bar on the 5 hour. How do we open up today? Looks like we're even. Nothing going on out there. Not yet. Look out on the downside. I don't believe that this is it. I've got some support on silver daily, but actually silver looks primed to move up, but gold does not. I don't see it. I hope it does though. I'll see you guys. Please comment, share, and like. Appreciate all the comments. And donate if you can. And let me know what's going on out there. See ya.